Hey warriors, welcome back to the channel. When someone tries to humiliate you, don't rush to defend yourself. Don't explain, don't justify, don't give them the satisfaction of seeing what controls you, because the moment you react, you've already lost. You've shown them where your buttons are, and worse, that they work. Machiavelli understood a truth most people still refuse to face. The world doesn't respect emotions, it studies them. Every time you rise to anger, every time you argue to prove a point, every time you let someone pull a reaction out of you, you are teaching them exactly how to manipulate you. People don't insult you because they hate you. They insult you to test you. They want to know if they can shake your ground, if your self-image is fragile enough to be shattered by a few words. That's why the strongest men in history didn't win arguments. They mastered silence. They didn't defend themselves. They let others expose their own weakness through overexposure. Because here's the dark truth. The one who reacts reveals. The one who stays calm controls. An insult isn't just an attack. It's an invitation. It's the world asking you, do you know who you are, or do you need me to remind you? And the moment you answer emotionally, you've already surrendered your power. You've let someone else define your worth. But the one who can stand still, who can let the chaos unfold around him without losing his center, becomes terrifying. Not because he's aggressive, but because he's unreadable. Because nothing exposes people faster than their reaction to your silence. So next time someone tries to insult you, don't give them your energy, let them speak. Let their noise echo in their own insecurity. Because the truth is only unstable, people need to prove they're unshaken. The truly strong don't flinch, they simply observe. Those who master silence project something far more powerful than anger: certainty. Certainty in themselves, certainty in their identity, certainty in their direction. Silence is not emptiness, it is containment. It shows that you possess something others lack: discipline. A weak man must defend his ego. A strong man doesn't need. Machiavelli famously hinted that self-possession is the highest form of control. When you refuse to react, you are silently saying, my value is not up for negotiation. Silence reveals who actually holds power. Most people believe power is loud, raised voices, anger, heated debates. In reality, power is the ability to remain unmoved. When someone insults you, they're not attacking your character, they're trying to measure your emotional stability. People test you not to understand you, but to discover how to control you. If your emotions have buttons, someone will try to press them. Silence strips them of that power. Because silence says, you don't have access to me. You become unreadable, unpredictable, uncontrollable. The moment someone cannot define you, they begin to respect you, to control the frame, or be controlled by it. Power lies not in dominating others, but in controlling the environment of meaning. Every social interaction has a frame: the emotional tone, the unspoken hierarchy, the rules of engagement. When someone insults you, they are inviting you into their frame, a frame built on insecurity, emotional reaction, and ego. If you react, you give them the win. But when you stay calm, the frame shifts. Suddenly, the question is no longer, why didn't you defend yourself, but why is the other person trying so hard to shake you? Your stillness becomes a spotlight on their instability. You don't need to win the argument, you only need to maintain the frame. 3. Silence creates psychological pressure. People expect noise, they expect debate, they expect defensiveness. When they get stillness instead, they panic. Because your silence forces them into an uncomfortable confrontation with themselves. They begin to wonder, did I say something stupid? Why didn't they react? Do they know something I don't? Your silence turns their insecurity inward. That's when their facade cracks. The loud expose themselves, the quiet expose others. 4. Self-awareness makes you untouchable. Words can only hurt you when you are unsure of who you are. Let that sink in. If someone calls you worthless and it hurts, it's because a part of you fears it might be true. Once you close that wound, insults become nothing more than sounds in the air. Self-awareness kills emotional vulnerability. When you own your imperfections, nobody can weaponize them. When you own your strengths, nobody can diminish them. Become so grounded in who you are that no opinion, no comment, no insult can alter your internal blueprint. 5. Learn from what others reveal. Every insult contains intelligence. People expose what they fear by what they attack. They insult your confidence because they lack their own. They insult your ambition because yours reminds them of their stagnation. They insult your growth because it shames their comfort. Insults are confessions, so don't respond. Document, analyze, study, because knowing someone's insecurity is more valuable than being right. Power isn't in defending yourself. Power is in understanding others without letting them understand you. 6. When you speak, speak with precision. Silence is your default weapon, but when you do speak, your words must feel like a scalpel, not a hammer. Short, direct, emotionless examples. Think whatever you want. I don't argue with insecurity. I don't explain myself. These replies end the interaction without feeding the fire. The point isn't to dominate the other person. The point is to demonstrate that their attempts never reached you. That is true emotional superiority. 7. Mastering the long game of composure. Anyone can be calm once. Power is being calm every time. Machiavelli understood. Consistency creates reputation. Over time, people will learn. You don't react. You don't break. You don't give emotional access. That's when your presence becomes authority. Others adjust their behavior around you. Others censor their words around you. Others monitor their tone around you, not because you force them to, but because they feel the weight of your self-mastery. The loud demand respect. The calm attract it. The final power shift. The ultimate transformation happens quietly. You no longer think, I should stay calm. You simply are. You don't guard your emotions. You transcend the need to. Your silence becomes gravitational. Your presence becomes command. People hesitate before provoking you, not because they fear your reaction, but because they fear your lack of it. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." But the real mastery, to be neither feared nor loved, but respected, and respect is born from composure. Real strength doesn't shout. Real strength doesn't flinch. Real strength doesn't prove anything. Real strength just stands still. Final affirmation: I do not flinch.